What's happening, everyone? We are back. We are back. Happy evening if you're on the West Coast. Happy night if you're on the East Coast. But we're going to get started. We got about 30 minutes. Want to get a quick stream in. But Neil messaged me. He's like, limit orders live, baby. We're live. Tetra limit orders live. Been waiting a long time for anything Tetra to launch. Actually, been very excited about that for a while. But now we got Omnis launched a week or two ago. And now we've got limit orders and we got Tetra staking launching soon too. You'll see. Ask Neil about it. See if he has an answer or otherwise. But yeah, I will get sparingly to the chat. You all are awesome, but we got to get into it. Got a lot to cover. Gonna go through it with Neil. Gonna bring up the page, and I put the link in the chat. If you haven't seen it, right there it is. Omnis.tetra.run. Check it out. Without further ado, welcome back to the show for probably the 10th time at this point. Neil for T-Shares. How's it going?
Hey, Max.
Good to see you. Sounds like you're in ship mode, man. You've been you look a little tired, a little busy, a little ready to rock and roll on the blockchain though, man.
Oh yeah, man. It's been a marathon sprint to the finish. I mean, we've to get this. Poor Stu and the dev team working 18-hour days, killing themselves just to get this thing out the door. And so we finally have limit orders on PulseChain.
Limit orders on PulseChain. So explain. Remember you said this 3 weeks ago. Limit orders are coming. I'm like, 9inch already has limit orders. Why is this a big deal?
Well, this will be right now. It's a cross-text limit order. It's not limited just right now. We're only going to be using a PulseX as our DEX right now because it's the premier DEX. But just very shortly, we'll have a PHUX and in the other DEX who wishes to integrate with us, like Spark Swap and 9mm stuff like that. So we'll be aggregating through all these DEXs eventually. And that's different and that's unique on PulseChain right now. So we're not just right. It's a slow rollout. We're testing each one of these DEXs as they come on board. Each one's a unique parameters. We have to make sure they work and all these things. So it's not easy. Software's hard. There's a lot of weird things in PulseChain that nuances that we have to go through, UI bugs, etc. But we're here and they work. We've been thoroughly tested the last couple of weeks. Me and the guys in the testing team just spent a lot of time using them, and we were able to test when Liquid Loans launched and take advantage of that in private. Just about 10 of us. We didn't break the price or anything, but we got to see what happens with high volatility and learn some things about the aggregation process and how the slippage affects everything too.
Yeah. Just to recap for people too on the limit orders and stuff. 9inch, yes, has them. Their liquidity pools. This is a DEX aggregator, so it's going to be taking liquidity pools for right now PulseX, but also we'll be expanding to other pools as well. So it's different, it's new, and it is hasn't been done before, right, Neil? This is new territory so far on PulseChain.
Yeah, it's not a fork of anything. All this is a custom built by Stu and the team. This is brand new software, so we're not copying anything. This is just how we're going about it. We're not using Oracle servers, anything like that. We're not using Chainlink or Fetch. All this is taking the data directly from the DEXs. So we're not using a third-party service or anything. So this is coming directly from the chain itself.
Sweet. Love new stuff. We need all the forks on PulseChain, but we also need new stuff and innovation. And I'm glad Tetra's doing some cool stuff here. Yeah, walk us through this, man. Can I explain the interface to Omnis beta? I see in the corner. This is the swap. I'll click around a little bit, but yeah, kind of walk us through that and we'll get into limit order.
Yeah, sure. So on this base swap function, you have just a standard swap, which will aggregate. And then if you click that plus sign, you can go down and you can add up to 5 tokens to swap for 1. This gives you a gas savings advantage, as well as in that if you click the little gear icon at the top, it also allows you to put a receiver address. So if you want to go to a different wallet for the swap, then you can do that, and it will, in one transaction, trade 5 tokens for 1 and put it to a new wallet. So
or send it to the Ether, but don't do that.
Or Ether, whatever. Yeah, whatever you want to do. But it allows you to actually move tokens from wallet to wallet and swap in one transaction. So it just saves a lot of gas for the user.
Gotcha.
So that's a feature there that's real important, and you can set your slippage and stuff there also as well, like any other swap. And then if the pricing will show up too. So if you put, I know this, and it's not wallet hooked up here, but if you had assets in a wallet, it would show you the actual price as well. So you'd see how much your price of the tokens were that you're trading around.
I can connect real quick just to let's see.
might want to hide your address.
It's a burner wallet anyways.
Okay, I got you. So there you go. So you click on Max or something on one of those tokens, it'll show you the price feed, see how much the value of those tokens are in that wallet. You see.
Yeah. So price feed, and then let's see. When we do this, and let's just say I'm not gonna make a trade, but let's just say Tetra. Is it supposed to?
Well, yeah, you end up having to approve it first. You got to approve each token. So
okay.
You approve a process, then you swap, just like any other type of thing with MetaMask. So.
Oh, I haven't added because I added all these other ones. That's why it's not good. Okay, let me do this real quick, just so it'll. Okay, if I do swap, max, and then it's not populating the Tetra one. Let's see, max. It should be populating this, I imagine.
Yeah, I'm not sure why you're not getting. Yeah. Hey, did you try? Is this? Have you cleared your cache or anything since the last time? Did you play with this before?
I have. I can clear the cache.
If you play with before, your cache now has to be cleared because all that data, it's gonna be fresh. I had to do the same thing. I had to clear everything.
Can you see my settings right now? You can't see any settings, right?
I see you clearing some stuff, but yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you could see it because I can't see the screen right now. Okay, max. Why it's not working? Okay, I'm sure it does work on your end, right?
Yeah. I'm not sure what's going on. Try a different token. Just curious. Try DAI or something.
Okay, there we go.
It just doesn't. Yeah, I think you need to clear some more stuff out. But anyway, it's been working for everybody else. So, but anyway, it'll go through the thing, and then, like I said, you can click down on the arrow at the bottom, and it'll show you, like your slippage and stuff like that, what you're paying, and all that stuff, what addresses going to, and all those things. So it gives you all the data you need for basic swapping.
Swap fee. Where's the swap fees go in this thing?
That goes to Tetra holders. So
all the Tetra, all now, staker. Yeah. If we're not staking Tetra right now, what's is it going into a pool that will eventually go in there? Or?
Yeah, it just sits in a pool waiting to be distributed. It just sits there.
Gotcha. So so Tetra stakers
will benefit from the swap fees.
Once staking is live, all the swap fees that have happened from when it was live until then will be distributed to the stakers at that point.
Correct.
Okay. Sweet. Go Tetra stakers at some point. All right, and then so that's swap. Anything else on swap, and we'll move on to limit order.
That's pretty basic. Yeah.
Sweet. And I click limit order, and it says I need blood samples. I need selfies. No, just kidding. You understand that small? Yeah, you want to walk through this real quick for people?
Yeah. I mean, you understand that these this is important. People understand this. When you smaller limit orders may be executed at higher execution price due to gas fees. That you understand that, and that you understand that using limit orders on tax tokens is not recommended, so that the tax tokens can get stuck in limit orders and become irrecoverable if they do not execute. Okay, so make sure you don't. We use tax tokens. Just be real careful doing this. If you understand that by using the app, you confirm that you're in a region in which limit orders in crypto are not allowed, and your responsibility to comply with the local regulations. And if you've read fully, understand this information provided in our support section. And we have that link to the support button goes to an FAQ page, explains this in more detail on Tetra's website, tetra.win.
Sweet. All right. So I'll just click, and everything seems fine. Continue. Yep. What else are we up to? Boom.
All right. Now you can set a limit order. Nice. And so these are the things that, like anything else, you can swap your things around, all that good stuff. So with what the main design, one of the key features here is the way Stu's designed these limit orders is see that green text populating at the right as you remove the slider.
Yeah.
That means that there's no way to trade against yourself. Meaning, you can hit the market button, it'll sell it at market. Like if you click the little price that says market, it says, and it tells you if you want to buy at market, just go ahead and swap it. There's no point in setting a limit order. It's a waste. You spend too much gas doing so, right? It's cheaper to swap it at market. But this means that you cannot trade against yourself or accidentally fat finger, do anything dumb to make a bad decision. You're only going to trade it in a way that's beneficial to you when you trade. That's what that means. That slider gives you percentages, or on the bottom when you see where it says die per pulse, the string of numbers there, which is your ratio, you can dial that in manually if you as well. So if you move the slider a little bit, you can see, all right, numbers, and you go down in there and manipulate those numbers manually as well if you want to dial in between those 0.5% options. So it gives you options, and you can that die per pulse. You can click that. That's your ratio change. If you were looking at things in different price price feed analysis. So
I just want to see too, if for example, if I got some Pulse and I wanted to buy some Tetra, can you walk us through how to set limit orders for Tetra, for example?
All right, so you go through, you figure out how much you want to pay better than current market rate. So you can be 0.5% better or whatever. You set your point, and then however many, whatever you want to do, and then you slide it to wherever you would like to buy your Tetra at, whatever price point you think it's going to go down to. Is basically what you're doing, right? From current market rate. Then you'd go down there and then you'd place an order, and it would go through. You'd have to approve, and then after the approval process, you place the order, and the order would execute and be placed in the smart contract to be executed once it's at price point. Okay.
So, for example, I got this PLS. I got $1 worth of PLS. I want to pick up Tetra. Can you explain what is the plus 2%? Am I trying to get?
You're buying it better than the current market rate is what it means. That means you get it 2% cheaper than it's for sale right now.
So if I think it's going to drop 50%, I'd
Correct.
say, okay, well, I want to pick up 50% cheaper than today. I'm going to set my slider to 50% and then do that.
Correct. Okay. And then, so you have that option. Then at the bottom, you can set your time frame you want the order to be opened. You have the days. It says 7 days. You can pick your preset time, or you can go to that calendar and pick a calendar day as well.
Sweet.
So you can, those are customizable things you have.
Christmas.
With that. Now, again, at the top, at that little gearbox, the little gear at the top, that's your slippage, which is very important to set. Right now, you have a 1% slippage set. Now, you can set it to wherever you want manually there. Just type it in. But this is where understanding, and you can change your receiver address as well, just like what you can in the swap.
Yeah.
But you can, all that can be done. So it's important people understand how slippage works, though, and that's why the disclaimer is on the front when you click this, when you first enter into working with Omnis, because this is not an order book limit order like some centralized exchanges have, and maybe you've been used to in the past. Because you're dealing with decentralized exchanges and you're aggregating prices through many of them, the price point, when you set a price point on a limit order, there's no guarantee you will get it. There's several factors that are in play that will affect the success rate of the limit order being deployed. Some of them are high volatility. Some of them are slippage rates. That is, when a block is populated, and there's all the data, and there's a high volatility, and a lot of people want to buy the same asset. If you're in the mix, if your slippage is lower than everybody else, they'll just bypass you, and the price will move past your point. If there's a big buy in the block that you're in, so to speak, when you have a limit order, sometimes it blows past you because your slippage range is not enough, and it goes past your range before it can populate. Sometimes, though, you do hit it in a big buy or sell, and you have, depending on which side of the trade you're on, you could be benefit by even gaining extra tokens. Let's say you want to sell it. Say you sell a token at $1, and somebody buys it to $2, you may end up selling it for $1 or whatever, and get more token, more value out of your sale. But the same is true on the opposite side, because it is the other side of that is, if you're trying to sell at $1 and somebody sells it down through you, and you may end up selling at 95 cents or 90 cents, and you get fewer tokens. Maybe better than market rate, but still you won't be where you were, just because of how the dynamics are in the slippage and the liquidity and all the things that happen in blockchain on a decentralized level.
Yeah, can you compare that with we're talking in the green room about like it's hard to get match orders to place, and other places I'm sure people have had problems and that messing up. So will Omnis be different? Will it be easier to get orders hit? Is it just a matter of liquidity and blockchain factors? How does that work?
It's it's not going to be any easier. I think they're both types of. I mean, the way matcha works is similar in some sense, but they have more volume, and more people running through, so there's probably more uh, opportunities. But with this, because we're pulling the data directly from the DEXs, and we're not using order books or Oracle services or any third party like CoinGecko or whatever, you know, we are using that data directly from the chain. Therefore, it's going to populate the data and aggregate the data, and your limit order deployment is based upon your understanding of the market, your understanding of the assets, the pair you're looking at, primarily more likely going to trade through. So the thickest pair typically, right? And the liquidity. And then on top of that, you got to think out where would you set your slippage to get it deployed. And there's nothing we can do to tell you how to do that. That's a market driven variables. And there's nothing anybody can do to predict those things. You never know when a wick's going to happen. A buyer's going to buy a lot or sell a lot. I mean, we just had a big, I think just a few minutes ago, Mintra just had a big buy. I saw it come through. And so nobody could have predicted when it was going to happen. So yeah, this is just, but yeah, these are just the tools that we're providing the community, and they work. I've had successful trades, all for the last couple, about a week or so. And I've had a little more miss myself, only because it's set my slippage correctly. And we tested out with high slippage, low slippage, with high amounts of money, low amounts of money. We kind of, did all everything you could that could possibly happen as far as, volatility and stuff, and sometimes it just happens. And so, but we are having a new feature that's going to be added to Omnis here very shortly. Is, let's say you have a limit order set, and the market moves against you, and you blows past your limit order, and now you're out of range. Well, every time if you cancel the limit order, you have to pay a fee again, right? We're going to offer you the opportunity to edit your limit order without having to redeploy it by changing the ratio, changing your slippage and all those things, and your price point to where you want to hit. So that'll be an added feature here coming out on probably the next update.
Wow. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is becoming a place to really do some, set some orders and just be a place to. Again, that's what I want to walk through too. Maybe we'll do that. We'll quickly talk about, well, actually, it kind of ties into that. What are the situations? Because again, people are like, oh, limit orders, oh, boring. What do I do with those? Like, yeah, I'll get a better price when the price dips or whatever. Okay, yeah, that solves the thing. It's not. But what are some of the more exciting scenarios where not only just solve a problem, but hey, even with USDL dropping, we talked on the show a couple weeks ago about if if we had limit orders at the time with Omnis, maybe could have picked up some drops or otherwise the best price on some of the stable coins that were new and just not quite a dollar. I don't know do you remember how far USDL went? I remember seeing it in the 90s.
Yeah, it went down to 80 something. It's the lowest point, 89 or something like that. And the highest was $1.40 at the gate. I got back time they launched my work day, so I got on a couple hours if they launched, and I had access to the limit orders, and I placed them and I utilized them to test them out. That was a good testing round for us because we needed to check things. It worked great. I mean, I was able to pick up large spreads from like anywhere from 92 cents to $1.05, and stuff like that. And those are
It's just an
opportunities.
instant.
Yeah,
I mean, if it's redeemable, that's just an instant, 5, 10, 15% gain, right?
exactly. I was able to, collect pretty good bit of pulse and stuff and USDL during these trades. I wasn't like sticking big money, but I was mostly just testing out the product. That was our goals. But if it was functional and worked, and it was profitable. And so these are tools that you can use to take advantage of the volatility in the market, right? And things like news tokens like USDL and stuff. And guess what's coming up next? Is Power Cities Earn. That's the next
Yep.
one coming out. All right, Jess and I already talked about this the other day. So, this is an opportunity for people to really get in there and take advantage of the stable coin. And then if Jacob gets Pulse Algo off the ground, that's another stable coin. And then once the stable's out, you can ARB them, right? So those are just opportunities that people have, as well as you can ratio trade between Pulse and PulseX if you wanted to. Just set your limit order, and when the ratio is in your favor that you want, just trade it. See, so all these are options people can use to increase the size of their bags using these tools, because it's hard to be at the computer 24/7 to catch all these wicks.
I'm just noticing too on this. I'm wondering, because I'll expect something like, okay, I want to trade one, because English. I want to trade one DAI for 80 cents worth of around. Right, like I want to pay one DAI for $1.21 USDO. Like, can you talk about that and like how to make things? Maybe you got to speak the same language on the interface, to get what you want.
Yeah, I mean, so this is not necessarily built in dollar terms per se. This is more ratio trading, right? That's really what crypto is, a ratio game. It's not necessarily in dollar terms, though most of us think in dollar terms. We want to, I want to, and this, you're actually saying that same thing. I want to you want to buy USDL for 80 cents. So in doing so, you get $1.21, 1.21 of them, right? For a dollar.
Maybe something like this.
Yep. There you go. There it says the same thing, right?
Yeah.
But now look at the percent. So that but that's a number, but is that the right percentage, right? Because it's historically, let's say you're trying to make a trade up, you want to do some swing trading. Historically, has that happened before? Yes or no?
Right.
Ask yourself that question. You look at the chart, do some TA, right? Well, no, it hasn't. So you look at historical data and you plan out, okay, in this much time frame, it typically does this kind of range. I will set orders accordingly for them to deploy based upon setting my slippage up properly at a given time, say in 3 months or 2 months or 6 or 30 days or 15 days or whatever, right? That's how you have to think about it. So when I was fooling with USDL and Pulse, is obviously I was in short time frames because I was watching the second chart. I was like, okay, I see what it's doing now, how it's trending. I can then make these choices. And even if I sold below peg, but I bought at 92 cents, I was still making, and sold at 99, I still made, 7 cents there, right? It didn't. I'd have to wait to go above peg to make the profit. I still made the profit even at the below peg sale. Now, had I waited and try to catch a wick, I might have got one at $1.04 or whatever. But that's a personal choice, and it's just a way to kind of play with it. And people can play with the tools, use small amounts of money, try them out, and see how it works. Get used to the slippage and stuff like that, because it is a learning curve. But we're here in the chats to help. We have, like I said, we have the support on the link, and we'll have more data in the future about some of the details. And we will have another feature that will be added too. So not only will we be able to edit your orders that you want if they don't if the market moves away from your order, but you also be able to do a secondary order in conjunction with the first order. Meaning, there's no term for this, but we're kind of calling it a swing trade limit order. That is, let's say I want to buy asset at low price, and then I want to sell the asset when the price moves up, say 10%. So I can do that with one limit order, set the range where it will do that, and if those conditions are met, it will proceed and deploy based upon slippage and all, and I will have my profit at the end.
Wow. Okay. So multiple kind of stacking limit orders then?
Correct. Stacking just two now. Just a buy and a sell, basically. So you want to buy low, sell high. You stack them, boom, and that'll be the next one. The next updates we'll do. Not the next, but it's coming shortly.
Okay. Did we already answer Logie's question here? Can I have a little more pending? How much time active and how much? I guess, are the fees more for longer time?
No, it's a flat fee. If you look at it, you place a limit order, it's 50 pulse flat plus a 0.29% fee to the system. Period.
Bobby Hexarod. Okay. Yeah, I think it makes sense. I think we answered that as well during the demo. Bobby Hexarod, does Tetra have any geographical limitations?
It's just a tool, just software. You're not buying or selling anything. It's just a tool. So no different than any other DEX aggregator out there. So use a VPN if you're concerned. That's why it has a disclaimer. If you have an area, it's on you to find out.
I think a lot of people just don't read. I try not to read things on the internet.
Right, but
Seems
no,
to
it
be
should be any. I mean, it's just a tool. It's not like you're not buying or selling the token or anything. So whatever laws Texas has. I mean, I don't know. I'm not from Texas, but
not a lot of them I've heard. It's a place of freedom. Hashtag go Texas for the most part.
Except for Coast, right? You can't get Coast in Texas or New York.
Something like that. I think they have some edge cases, but
but that's a banking stuff. But this is just crypto. So if you can do crypto anywhere, pretty much, as long as you can use a VPN and don't even worry about it. But
got a question here from Scott. Do you think Tetra Automation, once launched, will be able to set and edit limit orders on Omnis?
Yes, that's the next step. You'll edit them on Omnis on the next update. The next update you should be able to edit them. I think.
Sweet.
That's a Stu question, but I think Stu can update these every week. You know what I mean? He just updates the software. So whatever he gets through with, he'll update it, and it's updated, and that'll be the next feature, like dark mode, stuff like that. I know people fussing, oh, it's so bright. It's coming.
I don't
that's the least of our concerns.
Yeah, I don't know why people love dark mode so much. Everyone just like turn off the lights and use a computer or their phone. They're like constantly on the phone. I'm like, I use a computer. I don't mind white mode. I like clean. It feels clean. And dark mode, go realdefi.com is dark mode, I guess. But I didn't even mean it to be. It was just kind of like, I just like high contrast, so it just made sense. But
yeah, I know.
Anyways, there's some people who love their dark and white mode. I like both modes. All modes matter. That's what I'm going to say on that. The liquidity coming soon. What does that mean, Neil? Tell us.
Okay, liquidity. That tab, when it's turned on, it'll allow you the ability to add and remove liquidity on different dexes. That's all it does. It's a liquidity managing tool.
Okay.
You can put pairs together, and then it'll deposit whatever. It'll be some drop down menus and stuff like that. I mean, it's not even functional now. I mean, Stu's got a basic model working in the background of his place, but on his test net, but it's not functioning just yet. It's coming though.
Yes.
Limit orders are more important than anything.
You guys crack me up in the dark mode. Dark mode incoming. Once you go dark, you can't. Man, I'm telling you, I've tried both and I like both. I'm a both modes guy. Anyways, before we wrap up, again, short stream, everyone. Thank you for getting the question in. You said it before I even said it. You said it right to me. Face it, dude. Short stream. We're all tired and we have things to do better than being on the internet. But I definitely, Neil, when you messaged me earlier today, I was like, yes, let's get this in. I think it'd be great to show people the power of what's coming with Tetra, with Omnis, everything else. Last question I have is, when are we getting Tetra staking? I was promised on the 25th, I want to say. And I checked the calendar. It is currently the 7th. So I just want to throw that out there.
Stu told me to tell y'all it's very soon. That's all he told me.
Cool.
It's just, look,
cool.
The money's not going anywhere because we just started and it takes time to get the fees in. People learning. It's, it's slow rollout. So, I mean, if everybody wants their nickel or dime, whatever they got staking, I mean, whatever, I mean, it's coming though. It's coming.
All right. Oh, one more. This is actually an interesting question. Logie33. Can I set a limit sell for PLS at a penny? What does it look like for selling high?
I mean, you can. I mean, you can set it as high as you want.
Let's see. What will that look like real quick? Let's do.
You might have to manually dial that in. The slider may not go high enough, but you can manually set that in the bar.
Are you not factoring in? Is the interface not factoring in the 10,000x?
I can't remember what it goes up to, but it only goes up to like a 200%, I think, or whatever it is. Move, but you could dial it.
Yeah.
Dial in. Just put pulse on top.
Okay.
And then
how do we do this?
And then you put your pulse. And let's see, if 1,000 pulse should be what's that?
Just 9 cents die. Yeah, so we divide by 1,000. Maybe it works better. So that would sell it at 9 tenths, right? 10 sell it at 10 cents, but that's 1,000. So it was still the price of pulse. Yeah, can we see the price of pulse in this when it says that, or is that?
Well, you'll get 1,000 pulse. You'll get for 10 cents. So that's.
But he wants to sell one pulse for a penny. So how do we sell one pulse? How do we say I want to sell
put one pulse up there?
Yeah.
And move the slider down.
Oh wow. So you just can't move the slider, but can you manually? Is that
Yes,
okay?
you can manually.
20,000x. Okay, that's
There
what
you
it
go.
currently says. All right, that's a great question. I was like, you know what, that's something that at some point we hope to do. Start setting limit orders for. I'm not selling PulseChain until it's a penny, and then I guess you can. There you go, 20,000x from here. That's what it needs to be. 20,000 better than current market rate. Yeah, somewhere around there.
Yeah, that's right.
Beautiful, man. Beautiful. I think that's all we got. What else? What do you want to send us off on? Any news? Any updates? Any revelations? Otherwise, it's been amazing. I learned a lot myself on this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna do I did a video on basic how-tos, just introductions and stuff. I'm gonna do another video here shortly about how to swing trade using Omnis and how to set things up, how to think about the numbers and slippage. I'll kind of do a little more in-depth analysis of that because it's tricky and it's a learning curve for people. So you can learn how to swing trade using the tool, this current tool. Then once we get some of the other features, it'll make it a little bit easier. So
Awesome. Very excited. Very. I was talking. We had a Hex meetup the other day, and I was talking to a couple gentlemen who had dinner about Tetra and actually answering questions and telling them just what I thought about it and all the few projects I pay attention to. Not a lot of. I made a tweet today about market caps. If you don't believe in market caps, you can feel free to skip that one. If you have any favoritism at all towards things that seem to be very, very low, although market cap may not be super accurate and all these things, there are projects on PulseChain that have a very low market cap. Again, if you care about that, Icosa is one of them. It's crazy, like below $1 million or something like that. It's like a half a million market cap. Something that's on PulseChain. It's not even Ethereum. I didn't check Ethereum. I didn't want to see that number. And other stuff too. Loan is went way down. It's at like 55 million or whatever. If you're bullish on that, Tetra, I want to say it sits around 6 million, somewhere through there, I believe.
That, yeah.
And I forget what Hex and PulseChain are right now, but it's a lot more than that. I'm not saying that Tetra is as good as them, but if all these projects launching on PulseChain do what they say they're going to do, and they become pivotal piece of the ecosystem, you can compare it to other things on Ethereum and be like, well, I wonder what they'll do on PulseChain. Come up with your own answer. But I think a year from now, hopefully, we'll be seeing way different numbers. Not financial advice, but if we get that bull run, if we're lucky enough to get that, boy, I think the projects that launch and do stuff and work and provide value, I hope the people who invested them and the founders otherwise are very much rewarded. I'm looking forward to that. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, we all are, right?
Yeah, we all are and have been for years now, haven't we? Yeah.
All right. Long 2 years.
Yeah, it's been a long 2 years. Just 2 more years, Neil. Just 2 more years.
Right.
Man, great conversation. Always a good one for you. And let me know when you got more updates. We'll get back on here and go through it. Always a good time.
All right, man. Sounds good. Good talking to you.
All right, everyone. Scivive and 5555. Have a good night.